What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, and as we were doing a family scrim, we had some members that were able to go ahead and run a WHF Rising war and come out the victor. So very nicely done. 15 v 15 against Millonetas Incorporated de Puerto Rico, Boricua. So they were able to go ahead and take them just in a random matchup. And we can see 44-30 was the win, and they were one shy away from a perfect war. So 14 out of 15 3 stars and a 98.67 because they had to go against a Town Hall 10 with Infernos, and our number one was a Town Hall 9, so we weren't able to do that, but great war. Let's do some recap. I was not able to do any Town Hall 8s on the Family Scrim War. Check that video out if you haven't, because there were no Town Hall 8s in that war, but there are some in this one. So let's go ahead and start with number 2. Checking out Ghost doing a shattered GoVaHo here. And these are a lot of internet bases, so I wanted to show that because they attack these internet bases very well. I love to show them just because that's, I'm sure, what you guys are running into. You can't always get NT3s on every war. In fact, most of your wars, unless they're all arranged, are going to be these type of bases. So we might as well get used to it. Very nice funnel with those wizards and queen being dropped in there. Golems are dropped in and that's shattered. Easy clan castle lore, and going to drop that poison in there, both on the dragon and on the queen, and the loons finally come out, but they're going to be standing in poison or flying in poison, not standing but flying in poison the whole time. Queen will go ahead and take them out, and golems will make it through the base. And we know where the Teslas are. No surprise there. They're all in each one of those little corner boxes there. So there's going to probably be a reoccurring theme of single giant bombs throughout the base as well. So you can easily hog this. No need to get fancy. Don't have to hit everything with an HGHB or a GoVaHo. Go back to bread and butter, especially on a lot of these internet bases, because the compartments make it so simple to go ahead and hog it or GoVaHo it, whatever you want to call it. At this point, I think you'd probably be able to go ahead and crush the space without that final heal, but might as well do it. Just crush it just that much more. We know where each one of those giant bombs are because it is a common internet base. Has about 5,000 hogs that he has left over here. They've just been mass producing like rabbits, and they're going to go ahead and clear out the rest of this base. So just way to crush the base completely. We're going to look at a couple other ring or internet bases here so that you guys can figure out how to hit them. Number 3. Geld Rover is going to go ahead and come in this one with a GoVaHo. Quad Quake, don't see it that often, but it's going to Quad Quake the entrance there, which is going to get him all the way to that core. I'm not a big fan of Quad Quaking the entrance, but this one works out just fine. So we're going to do a stone GoVaHo here. So he's got 3 golems, one of them being a max, coming in here and is going to start tanking tons of the damage. Drops the wizards behind, gets the king and queen in there, which is the queen is gonna help out with that clan castle. So we are lagging a little bit here. I apologize for that. Drops a rage in there for those Valkyries that are dropped in a little bit later. Make sure they don't get roasted by the clan castle. I think most of the clan castles here are dragons and loons. And queen's doing her work while the rest of the kill squad's making it through this base. Still has some golems up. I think a couple of them are full, have not been popped yet, and now it's time to go ahead and back end tons of hogs with 2 heals. So that is working out really well. I think this queen is going to go down, if I'm not mistaken, if he doesn't send a hog into that right base pretty soon, but we'll see. So hogs are making their way counterclockwise, and run into a giant bomb. A little late on that heal, probably a fresh hit, which is no big deal. And queen finally goes down. Still has some hogs making their way around with an extra heal there to go ahead and push them through the rest of this base. So they'll go ahead and use the heal over this last couple of defenses and standing in a giant bomb. Very nicely done. And then it's just time to go ahead and clean up. And he's got wizards doing it cleaning up on the top left, and the hogs cleaning up on the top right and pushing their way through the mid of that base. Solo Hog doing his thing on the bottom right, and it's going to be a 3 stars. All right, let's go to number 4, because this is like a southern teaser type, like 90 degrees turned. It's not quite a southern teaser, but look at this base. Mass Valks with queen walk charge, whatever you want to call it. Look how open it is. There's nothing. You don't need any hogs in this attack because there's almost no compartments that the Valks can't get in very simply. So all he has to do is make sure he takes care of this clan castle, which has a dragon and 2 loons, before he drops all those Valks to get roasted by it. It's very, very smart. And there's not too much defense that he's going to run into on the entrance of this. So he triggers the dragon first, and then he just has to go ahead and kill the dragon, and then the loons will come out, and I think he can use the second poison for that. I don't even think he needed to use a golem, to be honest with you. The golem, I think, doesn't even burst the whole entire attack. Could have probably brought something like 24 Valks instead, and just let them run wild. So drops another poison there for those 2 loons, and this is pretty much over now. As far as the clan castle is down, and he just goes ahead and drops that max golem to tank for these Valks on, and just kind of lets them all go loose. They only need to break through this one compartment, and then they can run through the whole entire base, breaking through the town hall compartments as they see fit. A couple of Valkyries go straying, and they're going to go ahead and pay the price for that. They should have stuck with the group. Come on, stay with the group. Everybody else gets the memo, but you guys. So they are going to get taken out by this cannon as they do a walk, but they'll take a lot of trash buildings on the way. The Queen's still doing her thing up top. Has another heal for these Valkyries after they've pushed through that semi-core of the base. Uses that last heal to go ahead and tank or heal them while they're tanking those Expos. Queen is still doing some of the defenses and trash buildings up on the top right. That golem is completely full health as the healers switch on him or her, or whatever a golem is, or it. It's probably it, yeah. Double giant bomb in the face of those Valkyries, but guess what? He's got smart healers. Those healers switch right to those Valks, heal them back up completely full again, have brand new life, and they're going to go ahead and make their way through the rest of this base. Queen is down, but it's not going to really matter because this base is down. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward this, completely get it done, and we've got the 3 stars. Really nice attack by Super Striker there. Alright, number 6. Let's check out a GoVaHo, a shattered GoVaHo by Sue, I think first to the channel. So welcome to the channel on what was the closest decent base that I could find. I mean, this was I think pretty much an anti-3. It might be a common internet base, but not one that I'm really familiar with, and it is kind of anti-3. Not the best design as far as having 4 air defenses right there. It's begging to be attacked with a kill squad coming in exactly where he's coming from and sending the dragons in from 6 o'clock. But he's going to go ahead and crush this with a GoVaHo. Very nice poisons to go ahead and take care of these loons and dragons so they don't roast the kill squad. The 2 of the loons are just about going down. I think one of them escapes the poison, so we need to take care of that. The dragon does go down. The Queen is trailing that loon and finally gets it. So we've got hogs on the back end starting at 9 o'clock, coming in at a counterclockwise type of fashion, and we still have 1 more heal left over. Plenty of Valks in that core that are doing their thing, and he's got wizards already starting to clean up in the bottom left, or the top left, however you want to call it, probably the top left. And we've got the hogs being thrown in from the 3 o'clock compartment. So we've pretty much crushed this base by now. We've got 2 more cannons, and Valks are doing their cleanup there. So let's go ahead and shrink this thing down, and we'll go ahead and fast forward this as we are in cleanup mode. Get that builder hut and get that 3 stars. Nice attack. Alright, one more Town Hall 9 on their number 7, Gabriel. And Casto is going to come in and take care of this base, which is another semi-anti-3 base, not a common design that I know of, and we're going to do a La Lune here, go La Lune. And you know what? I don't think he needed 2 golems, to be honest. I think he could have crushed this base even more if you would have brought 4 more loons or 6 more loons and dropped the golem. Look at those air defenses. I mean, this is exactly what you're gonna want to look for. I believe the 2. Let's just check this out. Yeah, so 1 expo set the ground, another one set the ground. So you get 2 expos set the ground. You've got 2 air defenses that are just, I mean, ripe for the picking for your kill squad to come in and a very simple kill squad with not a lot of investment to take out those 2 air defenses side by side. And guess what? Right on the way into those air defenses, you will meet the queen right behind them. So you can take out the 2 air defenses and the queen with a very, very simple kill squad. I think you could have done a cold-blooded here and used 6 more loons if you didn't crush it enough or whatever else you wanted to. Bring 22 loons. I mean, he gets a nice 3-star, but I think these golems are almost full by the time the kill squad is done with what they need to take care of. So, yeah, Queen is taking care of this clan castle in poison, and I think he only brought 1 poison if I'm not mistaken, but that's fine. So the loons are down, the dragon goes down, and the Queen takes out both the ADs, or the kill squad takes out both the ADs. Now anything else is just icing on the cake, and we've got the lava hounds being thrown in there. Now, bunched up those loons a little bit too much, and you'll see what happens here. After they take this out, they're going to all bunch up on 1 Tesla, and that's not a good thing that you want to do when you're doing a La Lune. You want to try to spread those loons out. There's no difference between the 2 loons and 6 loons as far as the damage that they're going to do. They're going to still take out one shot pretty much any building with 3 loons more than than 6 would. It's just extra wasted DPS. And we've got the last lava hound that's tanking. I don't think it's going to pop. It's almost done to being popped, but I think it's going to live the rest out. And that is, if I'm not mistaken, the max lava hound. So we really wanted to hit one of those giant bomb, not giant bombs. We wanted to hit a giant bomb, but that's never going to happen. One of those air-seeking mines, or at least one of the air bombs, because that would pretty much pop it. But we'll see what happens. It's just derping along there. We're going to fast forward this and see if it actually does pop. It doesn't look like it's going to. And yeah, there we go. So it goes across the entire base and still doesn't pop. So there it popped right there. So anyway, very nice attack. Just go ahead and clean it up a little bit with the deployment of those loons. So anyway, let's jump to Town Hall 8s. Check out some Town Hall 8s. We got Mac going in with a GoVaHo with a quad quake and 2 heals, which means he's going to have to take care of this clan castle, which is easily tripped by his hogs. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward this. Easy anchor with that archer, and there is no poisons because he used the quad quake. So we've got to kill this the old-fashioned way. It's been so long since I've seen this with just barbarians and archers and wizards. And there we go, and now it's just the loons that's going to be taken care of. Boom, we're down. We're going to go ahead and send in the golem and some wall breakers. So first wall breaker is a fail, the second one is success, but it's enough to weaken these walls and send these Valks in there. So the king is sent right afterwards. They're going to basically one-shot this king or two-shot the king. Bam, he goes down. And now we've got a wide open core for these Valkyries to go and run around and play in. And we've got a wizard that's going to go ahead and take out this Tesla. So everything's going according to plan. Mahahaha. The evil plan of destroying this base. Sending in some hogs up top to do a counterclockwise surgical deployment. There's no more heals for these hogs. These hogs have got to rough it out. They've got to make sure they can push through the rest of the base. But those friendly Valks are tanking for them, so it's going to be that much easier. Still have to get through the bottom portion of this base, but I think there's like 10 to 12 hogs left over there, so it's really not going to be any problem, especially since both the double giant bomb and the single giant bomb set have been tripped. And now we've got, I think, like 3 or 4 hogs that have got a battle against this cannon. They win. We're in cleanup. The Valks are running around. King is split up with them, or split up from them. It's like Scooby-Doo. You take one way, I take the other, and they solve the mystery of how to get that 3-star. So very nice attack. We like that attack so much, we're going to watch him get 6 stars and hit the next base with another GoVaHo, but no Quad Quake this time, using 3 heals and 1 poison. Easy Clan Castle lore. Take a look at this base. It is a semi-ring base. You've got, once you get into that 10 o'clock compartment where the wizard tower is, they will just run all the way around that base with everything else that's in range just getting fried. So no need to use a Quad Quake. The base is already opened a la El Cangri. So, you know, thank you for that, opening that base automatically. So we've got poison this time, so it's not quite old-fashioned. We do have poison to help out with that. And then we've got a golem sent in there to help with the funneling. Wizards all the way around. The horseshoe there. Wall breakers go in, are successful. And those wizards finally get down that last gold mine or whatever it was. Send in the king, send in the Valks, and they're just going to go ahead and have a field day running around this ring here. Send some hogs for 1-to-1 trades or 2-for-1 trades. Trip that giant bomb standing in heals. Trip another giant bomb kind of standing in heals. And these hogs are just, they're picking out these end defenses while the Valks and the king run around that ring. The Valks decide to take a little bit of a tour. I guess they really want that gold storage, but everybody else is following the plan. And we have 1 more heal left over and a handful of hogs to go ahead and take care of that. I think we know where that last giant bomb is. There we go, right where that, there it's tripped, right next to that archer tower. And drop a poison for, because we can. That's why we drop it, because we can. So swag the poison. Don't think I saw any skelly traps or whatever, but we'll go ahead and continue with this. And he's got barbarians working up top. He's got barbarians working in the bottom right, and then a couple Valks running in to go ahead and clear up the rest of the space. Love the attack. Very nice. Nice war Mac. Very nicely done. And now for our last one, number 15 by Fish Cake. And I just wanted to show it because, you know, why not? I didn't have any others to show. Hole in the base. We've got a hole in the base, and that means we tripped free giant bombs and get a free clan castle lure with just the price of 1 barbarian. We've got a barbarian down in the bottom anchoring on that nicely placed builder hut, and then we've got 2 poisons to go ahead and take care of them, or we can just decide that we want to save that other poison for the hog deployment. Back to basics, cookie cutter GoVaHo attack. This is what you do. You get these hogs in there where the golem is tanking for you, and then you crush the base completely with clan castle hogs. So we've got the golem in there, we've got the king in there, and then why not? We don't need to funnel. We're just going to go ahead and send these hogs in while the golem and kings are bashing the walls. They're just going to be pretty much eye candy for the rest of the attack, cleaning up some of these trash buildings. The golems do split, but they're just going to go ahead and spend the rest of their time looking for defenses to hit. Probably not going to find any. Semi-ringish type of compartmental base. 2 more heals left and a poison. And still has a handful, and when I say a handful, I mean larger than a hand, of hogs left to deploy. There we go. They're all deployed all around in a clockwise manner, which is only clockwise if you're in Australia, I guess. I mean to say counterclockwise. Due to the whatever that force is that makes the water go the other way. So they are in clockwise. They're doing the clockwise surgical, or I mean counterclockwise surgical, and we're going to go ahead and crush it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way they're doing it. They're crushing the base. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these attacks. Sent in a couple of the Town Hall 8s in there. We're going to become less and less of the Town Hall 8s just because everybody's moving up. For all you guys and girls and men and women that are applying at Town Hall 8 right now, we are not looking to bring any more Town Hall 8s at this time. It could potentially change, but I doubt it will. We still have Town Hall 8s in our clan that are doing great, and yeah, I think we're all transitioning to Town Hall 10 and 9s and possibly some Town Hall 11s, just because that's the way the game is going. And I'll try to show you as many Town Hall 8s as I possibly can. I hope you guys enjoyed these attacks. Way to go, WHF Rising, getting that win while we were doing the family scrim. Good job to everybody in the war, and good job to everybody that did that hit 6 stars. So hopefully you guys were used to these attacks. Go ahead and practice them using those friendly challenges. Go ahead and share these with your clan members. Like, subscribe, and share, and get those 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.